weeks before you're finally going to suit up in a uniform for Louisiana Tech. I know it's been a long time coming. What's it feel like?
It's just exciting, just to have to sit out last year. And, it was really hard sitting out the entire year, but I really thank, Coach Holtz and, Coach Rattay, them really having my back and really sitting down and talking to me and, really helping me get through it and just having my team there to back me up. But I can honestly say that it feels good to actually be back on the field this year. And, it's going to be an exciting year. I can honestly say that.
Paul, you look at last year. I know you were on the team, but you weren't able to play. Compare last year's team's demeanor versus this year's team's demeanor.
As far as right now, I can just say that I feel like last year, we were a really good team. We worked hard, we put in the work, but I feel like this year, it's just a totally different environment. I feel like from a mental standpoint, we've gotten a lot tougher, and I feel like we're actually working a lot harder. Not to say that we didn't put in a lot of hard work last year, but we've done more things. Whether it's working on our craft, but as well as conditioning. So I can say that coming from last year, making that transition, I feel like this spring we've had a great spring and an excellent summer, and we're just ready to see how this season goes.
What about for you? They say you can learn the most through losses, and I'm sure losing the waiver claim kind of felt like a loss to you, but it allowed you to kind of study the wide receiver position a little bit more and really be ready for this upcoming season. Kind of talk about your preparation.
Well, having to sit out last year really gave me a chance to really study the playbook and get a better understanding of it. Learning outside receiver and a little inside. So I feel like you think of it as a loss, but it really wasn't. It was just an opportunity for me to get better and to really work on myself as a receiver. I feel like taking this time out really gave me an opportunity to hinder in on my craft, working on whether it's catching, route running, the little things that I felt like I could do to improve as a receiver.
There's a lot of expectations kind of placed on your shoulder from a lot of different sources, including your head coach. How exciting is it to finally get those expectations again?
It's really exciting, honestly. I'm just happy to, that he gave me an opportunity to come back home and play with some of the guys that I played with in high school. And I just can honestly say it's a blessing from God, and I just take it one day at a time, and hopefully I can live up to the expectations that they have for me.
Speaking of that, how cool of a situation is that to play with so many guys from high school and from this area? There's a ton of them on offense.
Right. Just playing with Xavier and Mims, it's really exciting because, I had a few guys that I played with down south, but, really coming back home and only being 30 minutes away, we really joke with some of the guys that we played against in high school. And, it's all fun and games here and there, but I can honestly say that it's really been cool, man. It's a fun environment, and this is going to be an exciting team, honestly.
This morning on the radio, I said that West Monroe seems to prepare their players for the next level, maybe better than anybody else probably in the state. What do you think it is about the program that they're doing that is look at Xavier, for example. Last year he was setting the defense as a true freshman. What is it that y'all are learning at West Monroe that maybe everybody's not learning everywhere else?
It's probably just the preparation, man. They really focus in on teaching you from a defensive standpoint, coverages and really learning how to read different coverages and and I feel like that's where it makes a difference. Now every school puts in the hard work and the dedication, but I really feel like they take the time to teach you the little things, the fundamentals. Reading coverages and just little things like that. So I feel like that's what gives them the upper hand, and that's why they've been able to succeed so well.
You went through the waiver process last year. Obviously, now Sterling's trying to get that 6th year. Do you have any discussions with him about that or anything?
No, not really. Me and Sterling joke all the time that he may not get it and he may have to sit out. But I don't think he'll have to sit out. Like he said, you just have to leave it in God's hands. I know God will give him his desires.
Is there any advice though that you can give him? Because obviously it can be difficult. I'm sure it was difficult for you last year, kind of in limbo.
Just to, not to worry so much about it and just go out each and every day and just practice your hardest like you're going to be playing, and, just really just pray about it, and you just can't worry about situations like that. It's not his decision, it's the NCAA's, so it's out of his hands. Just leave it in God's hands.
What have you seen from the quarterbacks today? Obviously, there's a big battle kind of going on there. It has to be pretty exciting. What did you see from kind of the two front runners, so to speak?
I feel like both Cody and Ryan did an excellent job today. They both took leadership and they both made some excellent throws here and there. I feel like it's going to be a great competition between the both of them because both of them are really good. And, they both put in the time in the preparation this past summer. And I just think that, it's going to be a great battle, and I wouldn't want to be Coach Holtz.
Speaking of Coach Holtz, he kind of came in with some intensity today, it seemed
Yeah.
like. So that had to be a kind of a neat little position to kind of get you fired up.
Oh, yeah, it really was. He just wanted to make sure we came out here with a little energy, and that was good for us because we came out here a little lackluster. But, I'm glad he came in there, he fired us up, and, now we know what to expect, from here on out.